rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Seattle Seahawks and the Baltimore Ravens. Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
No, we see.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Jackson. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They go play action with Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, 49 yards. And the Ravens are on the board here first in the season opener. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
from the 6. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The 40. The 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Seahawks. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Steps away to his left. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have it here just past the 25. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. 3rd and long. Thompson. He's got his tight end Fant. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And the accuracy lacking there for Zuerlein. It's off to the right, no good. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start on the ground with Maddens. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. 7-7, our score after 1. From the 39, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's one heck of a 3rd down conversion, a pickup of 39.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just have receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Now Jackson. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And a short pickup to about the 25.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Now the the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. From the 25 on second down. Thompson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
Safety blitz, such a fun play call to witness when it works. And the deep man can get home for a sack. Great timing by him. Interception earlier in this contest. Now a sack. He's definitely campaigning for Player of the Week honors, isn't he, partner?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
On 2nd and 11 now. Thompson got his man. It's Bo Melton. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down. Running left is Walker. Down to about the 45. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Thompson going to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Young. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 29-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And Walker once more. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7.
14, Ravens 7. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Thompson on 1st and 10.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Thompson going to throw again on second down. There goes a deep ball. End zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Bo Melton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks would extend their lead here just before halftime. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And my goodness, another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Here's Walker. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
A big third down pickup of 20 yards. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Jackson. He's going to go up top again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing is Jackson. Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Drag it. And that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Pete Carroll none too pleased with that last call. He's going to throw out the challenge flag. So Pete Carroll, always a guy to trust his instincts, and his instincts were right on that one. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well. So give some credit to the defense.
Again, Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Yeah.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
Thompson to throw on second down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. To throw again on second down. Jackson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. 30, past the 20. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will go out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 51 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down.
Right back to Duvernay. That's complete. And the Ravens are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
To throw again is Jackson. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Ravens get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Now a run with Walker. Down to the 42, second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly...
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Ken Walker
with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the Seahawks are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Zerline now for the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Seahawks 42, Ravens 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Play action. It's Jackson. He's going to try and go deep again.
Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And this offense on third down today, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, report! Report! 180! Finish it! 13.
Now it's Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Ready!
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashawn Bateman. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you got no shot then.
Calais Campbell on the stop. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
They'll run for it. It's Walker.
Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, It's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Steps away. And that is incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage. And that throw had no shot.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things.
And now here is another interception.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
First down, Thompson.
And his throw is incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
On 2nd and 10.
Thompson
Going up top. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. The number 7 usually lucky here for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Looking to throw, Thompson.
This is caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week one is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Ravens take over first down at their own
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week one, and one of our early window games here in week one on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week one and week two. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Seahawks, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll return home next week to take on